On today's episode of Open Box Policy. Yeah, we got some background music this time. I've been blinded by the light. We
Wrapped up like a douche.
Yeah, wrapped up like a douche. We are going to talk about white lies, coincidentally, douche bags, and whether or not that song actually says
And
douche.
how you can be revved up like a douche.
How you can be revved up like a douche. And we're going to talk about foster kids. It's a
loop-de-loop.
Yeah, it's a great episode. We're all over the place. And we have our good friend Deidre on. I've probably mentioned Deidre a few times on the podcast, but she was a fantastic guest. She came on last minute, and we are really excited about it.
Absolutely. We started the episode off with my super sweet America pants, and we also ended the episode with my super sweet American pants.
Yep.
You think I'm a loser because I go home to Starla every night? If you're a loser and you don't go home to Starla every night, hit us up on our socials. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and YouTube at OBP_raw. Also, if you want to continue the conversation on any of the episodes or you just have some topics for us, email us at obppodcast@gmail.com.
Thanks, guys.
Adam, what are you wearing? What are you wearing,
Kenneth Cole reaction.
Sex Panther?
Yeah.
What are you needing to react?
What?
I'm going to react to you continually touching the microphone.
His spine is so multiple sclerosis right now, freaking out about me and this microphone.
See, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that's
Would
really
you expect
perfect.
me to be anything different?
You're
Anything
so
different
perfect.
than perfect? We might, yeah. You're perfect.
All right.
Adam,
Yeah.
when I think of Musk, I think of you.
Yeah.
When I just hear the word Musk, Adam comes in my mind.
And coincidentally, I hate wearing musky colognes. I can't stand it. There's too
I like a soft. Calvin Klein is a musk.
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
Also
strong.
a must.
Yeah.
And I think
Is that what you like? I mean, every woman's got like their flavor. I like the stuff that's more citrusy, fruity. It's got patchouli and stuff in it, or like, just say citrusy and fruity. I don't really like the like musky and the really heavy scents.
mine changed seasonal.
Yeah, I like
I don't like to be musk in the summer.
like a bright, like a. What am I trying to say? Like almost like you, Adam, like a fruity, but not really fruity, like a bright summer day, you know?
Yeah, kind of like my disposition.
I like that mix between maybe like a bright that was a bright meat sweat, and then maybe like a rose petal.
Yeah,
You
I
said
kind
a
of like.
bright meat sweat?
Yes, like listen, she is serious, but she can also frolic.
Right.
Oh, you talking about for you?
Just in general.
I like my women to smell like they've been mowing the yard all day, and then after they've mowed the yard, they come in and drink a glass of whiskey. I think I actually might like men.
Yeah.
I like turtles.
I like women's perfume to be really like kind of soft and sweet. I love the stuff that has like citrus. I love it to smell like I don't like. Okay, so there's different types of cologne scents. There's powder, like powder-based scents or powdery scents. There's the sweet ones. There's citrusy, and then there's another one. Maybe it's piney or like it's.
Let's let
like
Adam
medicinal.
explain women's fragrances
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I know a little bit about them.
when we have a fucking woman on
I
here.
think he's on the board of Summer's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
Summer's
he
Eve
has all
douche.
rights to
Summer's Eve is
explain
douche.
anything women.
Speaking
like
of, how
that.
often do women douche?
I don't think women. You're not supposed to. I don't think it's a thing anymore.
Yeah,
I don't
douches
know
are
how,
like super, like bacteria ridden, right?
I
Well-
think so. Summer's Eve actually. I don't know how they're drawing in revenue. What was the head shake about?
Well, he said douches are like super bacteria ridden. No, I mean inherently they're like completely. I'm not going to say ambivalent. They're like neutral. There's no bacteria, anything. I mean, it would,
I don't think that's right, bro.
it would defeat the purpose if there was bacteria
No,
in
but
there.
No, that's why you're always supposed to use a wash rag and not a fucking loofah, even though I still use a loofah, because loofahs, like,
I know,
just
I
get
still use it.
bacteria all over them. I know my shit, bro. I Googled stuff.
Yeah. Devin's like, I majored in Summer's
I majored in
I ma-
cleanliness
yeah.
products made by Dove.
I think douche is supposed to be like a tidal wave. But here's the thing.
Whoa, what?
Like the wave is supposed to, like the summer's eve just kind of swoops in and then it's supposed to swoop out.
I don't know what the
But
fuck
what
we're talking about.
what happens is with summer's eve, it doesn't all swoop out. So then it like starts to marinate.
So it leaves like little bodies and houses and cars and boats and stuff inside?
It's very
Yeah.
much like Monopoly.
It leaves a small village on the inside.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, and I see, and then they all start to decay and it starts to stink and stuff. So that's antithetical to what most people would think. Most people would think that once you start to stink, that you would need to grab a douche. But you're saying that
I'm saying that douching can add to the stink.
ooh,
Can extend the stink.
You heard it here first. Deidre.
you heard it, yeah.
I think.
Oh, I cannot wait for this intro. I used to one of my favorite. I still to this day, if someone is just acting like a total asshole, I call them douchebag. I refer to them as douche bag.
Mm-hmm. Douchebag's one of the greatest insults.
Douchebag.
But then what about wrapped up like a douche and thrown into the night?
It's wrapped up like a deuce.
Oh, okay.
And that song, everyone thinks that song, "Blinded by the Light," you're blinded by the light, is wrapped up like a douche. It's not. It's wrapped up like a deuce. A deuce was a type.
Are you sure? Because
Yes.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Look it
I think I have wrapped a douche up and
Yeah.
thrown it into the night.
It's actually,
I've
you
never-
both have it wrong. It's actually revved up like a douche.
Oh, it's revved up like a
Yeah.
deuce, and
Like
a deuce
like
is
Roid
a
Rage?
2-barrel
Douchebag?
carburetor engine.
No,
there air
I
in
think it's
there?
revved up like a douche and on the middle of the night. That's what it is.
It's revved up like a deuce.
Bro, play the song. It's revved up like a douche.
You really hit that high note. Nice, Devin.
Thank you. I practice.
Or you live in Atlanta?
It's revved up like a deuce.
What does living in Atlanta have anything to do with hitting my
You
high
hit
notes?
high notes in Atlanta, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Do you hit the high notes? Is your favorite
Don't
time of the
quote.
day 420? You fucking stoner.
No.
Deidre, what
That was a
what
dumb
topics
joke.
did I tell you that I wanted to talk about tonight?
We were going to talk about the difference between Amazon drivers.
And UPS
And UPS
drivers.
and
That's
FedEx
not
guys.
true. Here it is.
Here we go.
Revved up like a
Revved
deuce.
up like a douche.
Yeah.
It's a karaoke version.
Here,
And
I'm gonna
Devin's
talk about the
sing
topics.
The instrumental version.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about the topics over this. Here it is. And we're going to talk about what it's like to live by yourself for extended periods of time. And how it can really fuck you up.
Listen to him.
Blinded by the light,
Listen.
revved up like a deuce.
You hear him?
Revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night.
He said douche.
Revved
Yeah,
up
he
like
very
a
much-
deuce,
Revved
another
up
runner
like
in the
a
night.
Douche. That's a great song. What
It is
what
a-
light is he talking about though? Like
He's talking about the headlights from
headlights?
another car.
No.
Or is he trying to be picked out of a lineup?
Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. He's running from the cops.
I think he's like, he got sprayed with a douche in his eyes. And
Yes.
you know how, like, when you get water in your eyes, there's that, like, little glaring lights all flashing in your face?
Or he thought he passed
Yeah.
and he saw and
Honestly,
he was blinded by the light.
If I got squirted in the face by a douche, I would probably want to die, too.
Yeah, and so he thought, this is it. This is how I'm gonna go.
I bet you $1,000 that if I went to Japan right now, that I could find someone to squirt me with a douche and throw like used panties at me in a heartbeat.
I would do that for $10. I know.
You do that for $10?
Travel to-
$10.
Why not? $10. $10 and some more of this Japanese whiskey.
Yeah, we're drinking Japanese whiskey, by the way.
You're picking
Isn't
your
that called
notes.
something
I'm
else?
My
drinking
nose
whiskey.
itches.
Isn't that called, like, Suki or something like that?
No, this is called
Isn't
Centauri.
that called a California roll?
There is one called
Isn't that called soy sauce?
yeah, Japanese whiskey.
It's with the green lid. Low
Yeah.
sodium, please. Like I love it when people get so frantic about, oh, do you not have the green lid? Like you are at a sushi restaurant eating all this salt, edamame, everything, and then you're gonna try to cut corners on the soy sauce.
You know you're still consuming about 500 grams of sodium, right?
Well, and if you've ever worked in the restaurant industry, you know that they literally
It's the same
it's
shit.
all the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's the same bottles they've been using since grand opening,
Yup.
and they just re-pour.
Are you in the restaurant business?
Yeah. I mean, I was for 8 years, so I feel like I still am.
I was for 8 years.
I was for 8 years.
8 years
Still,
ago,
yeah,
me
still
father.
have flashbacks. Sometimes I'll get up and go to the micro at a restaurant and try to ring in my order.
Really?
They're like, ma'am. Oh, yeah, if I go to a restaurant that I've worked at, first of all, I'm a total modifier. So I'm like...
By the way, she is, and it drives me fucking insane.
I'm like, I see this steak and potato entree on the menu.
But I want to do this, and I
But
want to
I
do that.
know
Can you
on
bring
your
me
little
a
micro-
russet potato,
She's
russet
a total
only?
fucking modifier.
Yes, and I talk in slang, like, as they ring it up. Like, yeah, can I get the ribeye, side of mash, no cheese,
Yeah.
cheese on side.
Ramekin of ranch,
Plus-
blah, 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 blah. And I've seen her do this before. I've seen you do this. When someone would give you that face like they might not understand, like the squinted eye, she'll start to get like really condescending and be like, wait, do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking? I'm talking about like
Okay.
this thing.
This is
Do
the
you know what
second
that
time-
is?
I am not
This
exaggerating.
is the second time tonight that Adam has tried to tell me that I say these like
It's
blatant
not.
phrases that I promise you I've never fucking asked a server. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Do you know what I'm?
You don't
I
say
don't even say that in my life.
You don't say, do you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Isn't
But
that what
like,
you just said?
you'll start talking so fast, and you'll be like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? It's like that little thing. Like you'll kind of explain it to him. You did it at Jay Alexander's the night that we all went.
Fucking Jay Alexander's.
I worked there for 6 years, so
Look, I do the same thing. When I go to
I
Home
was
Depot,
just affirming. Hey, are we on the same page? I would never be like,
Deidre's
so
the type
when
of
I
girl who
say
gets
it,
up.
and then when you say it back to me, it's totally different.
Deidre
I'm like,
is
she'll
the
look
type
at,
that gets up at a Waffle House and just shouts her own order.
yeah.
yes.
I want fucking smothered, covered.
But here's the thing: when I do it, the cook is like, "Hey, thanks."
Preach.
And if he does it, then I go grab all the
Appreciate it.
tickets and run out.
Yeah.
Right?
I do the same thing at Home Depot. I'll go over to someone. I'll go like, hey, I'm unfamiliar with the store. Like, what's this? Or do you know, like, what's the best way to do this? And they'll just start talking out of their ass. And I mean, I'll be like, like, what? Like, like, okay, no worries. Don't worry about it. I'm like,
That's condescending.
Yeah,
I
that
can
is
see it right
condescending,
now.
bro.
Oh, listen, I'm talking so
Don't-
above your head. I'm gonna go find my own drill.
Bro, I'm
and
like
it's gonna be at
50,000
Lowe's.
leagues above you right now.
Yeah.
she does this shit.
You're like Hunt for Red October.
She does
like-
this shit.
You're Sean Connery in Hunt for Red
Yeah.
October. He was in that one,
She
right?
does this shit.
What?
That like little like condescending kind of like sassy smart ass thing. You do it. Ask Sienna.
How are you my friend if I'm so condescending?
Because I love you and you're fun to
Devin,
be
have
around.
I come off condescending at all?
No, Adam's just an asshole.
Because you're fun to be around. I'm sassy. I can be an asshole. Someone told me today, they were like, you're like my favorite manager I've ever had. I fucking love working for you. But man, you can be a real asshole sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the kind of perfume I like is sassy. I like
Sassy?
a sassy perfume.
Sassy
Yeah.
pants?
Speaking of sassy pants, I'm currently wearing America pants right now.
No, you're not.
I
Like as
swear
an
to God,
eagle?
dude. I'm
Like those parachute pants?
I'm like Rex Kwon Do from Napoleon Dynamite. right
Holy
now.
shit.
I swear
Stand
to
up.
God.
Can I
For
see
real?
him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What if he had no pants on?
Just a big old
It's just
dick.
my
Skin pants.
Lay your dick on
That's
the microphone.
very America.
Hold on.
Oh
I
my
gotta take
God.
Off, I gotta take off my headphones.
No, I can.
Shit.
This is insane. Yep.
And the chair matches.
They literally look like Rex. Yeah. Oh my God.
from
And their
Napoleon
calf.
Dynamite.
He's got them wrapped up around his calves. So they're not even full length pants. They're wrapped up around your calves.
That's how you wear
No,
sweatpants,
bro.
Adam.
They're full pants. I just have them pulled up.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying.
do
You have
too.
them wrapped up around
Devin,
your calves.
I literally have my sweatpants pulled
You're
up
wrapped
too,
up like a
because that's
douche.
how you wear sweatpants.
Because that's how you fucking wear sweatpants.
Yeah,
You think I
Adam-
go home to Starla every night?
yes. Adam doesn't know how to wear sweatpants.
I know how to wear. Oh my God, you're doing the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how you fucking wear sweatpants,
That's how you
bro.
wear them.
I wear mine to the
With
floor.
the hole in the crotch.
To No.
Central air and heat.
Adam mops the floor with his sweatpants.
Ew, that's so gross.
Yeah.
That is so gross.
Dude, I saw a
With the
commercial. I
swampy
thought it was a
butt
joke.
Sweatpant.
I saw a legitimate commercial for
You saw?
microfiber mopping like footsies. You put them on and you just like mop your floor with your feet. You just kind of like move around, and it was insane. I didn't think that. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a joke, like, you know, infomercial. It was legit.
Have you seen the baby one?
The baby.
There's a baby like onesie that you can put on a baby for when they're crawling, to where they have like these mop pads on their arms and their legs,
That's
so
a
you
great
can
idea.
mop the
Yes.
fucking floor.
Yes, I have seen that.
I'm gonna mop
It's
the
awesome.
fucking floor with you, Adam.
Yeah. Start putting that baby to work. Yeah. Speaking of, one of our friends has recently started dating a guy that's got kids, and like all the time she's talking about it. She's like, oh yeah, like, you know, I'm like going to do softball, and like we're going to do this, and like I'm going out with him and his kids. We're gonna go to like Chuck E. Cheese, and like a few nights ago we were talking, and she was like, oh, I got to let you go, and and I'm like, why? It's like fucking 9 o'clock, you know, because I'm just not used to her needing to like let me go. Mm-hmm. She was like, yeah, I'm going to let you go. I got to put the kids to bed. And it was like slot machines. I was like, oh my God. Like, because I'm single, been single forever. You know what I mean? But as soon as she said that, I was just like, oh my God. Like, you've done it. Like, you've officially arrived, like, at where you have to put kids to bed at like 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock.
Adam,
I just can't. Oh, Deidre's got a. It's not a daughter. No, it's actually a daughter.
Well, it's a foster child.
A foster child, yeah.
do you really have a foster child?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's
All right.
15.
And she's 15 years old, yeah.
How?
Sweet, she's downstairs right now playing with the dog.
For real?
Yeah.
Yep. So
I
I don't
don't
have to put her
fucking
ass to
believe you,
bed.
bro. Are you guys
No, it's
bullshitting?
pretty cool. No, it's really cool.
Her name is Taylor, and my dog's name is Taylor.
It's Taylor. Yeah.
I named only one of them.
Yeah.
So we call her Two-Legged Taylor.
Two-legged Taylor and four-legged
and
Taylor,
Four-Legged
yeah.
Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like, but I see people like Deidre and my other friend who's like, you know, they're around kids all the time, and like I go around my niece and nephew, and I go around Jamie.
I'm not
and
around kids all the time.
I go, huh?
I am not around kids.
If
all
you're
the
with
Anyway.
Adam, you're around children.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, like, everybody's got kids. I got nothing.
I got my sweet
It's
ass
because you're
BMW.
so condescending.
Is it because I'm so
It's
condescending?
because you're
Yeah.
so condescending.
I knew it.
No, I went from like 0 to 100. I mean, like literally.
Literally.
I know nothing. I have no idea what I'm doing with her.
Yeah. She woke up one day and she just was like single, and the next day she had a child.
Yeah,
Okay, so this is
I
going to come
make
off
shit
kind of
up.
weird, but when did you get her?
3 months ago, March 12th.
It's not like you go to a fucking
Yeah.
store and buy
When
a
did they
foster child.
deliver
Like,
her?
they
Right, right.
literally-
Yeah.
You said 3
When
When
months
did you
ago?
open the
called-
box?
They literally called me at 9:30 on a Tuesday night and told me that they needed someone and told me a little bit about her. And that was March 12th. But yeah, I'll make shit up. Like, so I got her cell phone and I tell her,
It's funny. She's whispering. She's
Yeah,
like afraid.
she's like, all right, listen.
can she hear me?
So there was this
Because
one
if she
time
finds
she
this
peed
out,
herself,
my
and I was
cover
just like,
is
"That's
so
okay."
blown. My cover is so blown. So I tell her, which I do have her phone on lockdown. Like the parent controls that they have these days are amazing. Like
Yeah,
if she
they're
wants
like
to download.
fucking Vault Tech.
Oh yeah, but well, here's the thing. I had to create her a Gmail account, but I had to say she was 10 because if I register as her real age of 15, then she has to sign in and let me have those controls.
Mm-hmm.
So I just register as a 10-year-old.
That's fucking grade A parenting
yeah.
right there.
Yeah,
That
and
is.
so
I wouldn't do that.
So she's
wouldn't know
figured
that.
out because I can monitor her screen time. Like, all right, you only get 2 hours of screen time, and then your phone locks up. But she has figured out. She can't hear me.
No,
Right.
she
She
can't.
can't hear you.
Because if this is like one of my secret tools. She has figured out that she can still text and call if you press the emergency button.
Ooh.
So I figured that out, and I told her, I said, listen, the phone notifies me every time you press emergency because they think it's an emergency. And she's like, oh, which, so randomly, because right now it's summertime and she goes to her little job.
Sneaky.
So randomly throughout the day, when I see that the phone has locked because she's used up all 2 hours of her screen time, I'll text her and be like, stop pressing the emergency button, which I don't know if she is or not.
You're dirty, dude.
And so she will literally say, yes, ma'am. Because I know her ass has been.
You're dirty, dude.
Yeah.
That is so good.
That's so dirty.
So I'm just like, so it's figuring things out like that.
I take back
she thinks
everything
her
I
teachers
said
call
about
me
you.
every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
She what?
She thinks her teachers call me every 2 weeks, which they don't.
So
'Cause they're
dirty.
metro teachers.
This is the name of the episode. Deirdre's Big Brother.
Yeah, yes, it is. It's a very micromanaging Big Brother situation, but you have to these days. I mean, it's crazy out there. Like, I'll read through her text messages and the things they talk about. It's like, what?
Do they only use the emoji code?
Yes.
Yes, she was actually saying something
Are
to her
you
a little while
serious?
ago.
That's real?
It would, well, it's not only it's not like fucking wingdings. I mean,
Yeah.
they don't just use emoji, but
Wingdings.
you know.
Who
Yeah, I'm
uses
sorry. If no one
wingdings?
knows what wingdings are, go look it up on Google. I'm not explaining it.
Everybody knows from Microsoft Word.
Yeah.
I would always, like, before I would turn in a paper or print it off, I would always turn it to Wingdings just to see, like,
what
it all looked
Yeah.
like.
But no, downstairs she basically was like, you need to start using complete words and complete sentences. And I mean, I've watched my niece and nephew will text me sometimes, and I'm like, the fuck? Like what?
Yeah.
what is
What are you
this?
trying to say?
Yeah. One time, one of them had a 4, and I was like, God, it's like they mistyped. And then I'm like, oh God, there's like FOR, you know, like that. But they put a
used it as a
4
substitute.
instead. Yes.
Dumbing the nation down. That's really cool, Deidre. Actually, Anna came back to me the other day and was like, "Hey, what do you think about like being a foster parent?" And it's just something that I've never thought of before, and you know, I needed to do some research on it. So I don't even know how you get into that sort of thing, you know?
Yeah, so there's a couple different options you have. So, you know, when a child goes to the state, it's DCS. And then there's nonprofit businesses that take on children in the state. And I prefer to go to a nonprofit. Like I went through Youth Villages, and I'm sure they're in Atlanta because they're all over. But because you just get more resources with nonprofit. For instance, I have a therapist that comes and sees me and her once a week. And it's just more hands-on. Whereas if you go through the state, they literally just drop a kid off and you never see them again.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you do go through, so when a child goes into the state, they're given a level 1 through 5. So usually the higher level kids, which have more trauma or they might have, you know, more of a behavior issue, those are given off into the nonprofit. So it's kind of a catch-22. Like you get more resources, but you do get a higher level.
Yeah.
Higher level child. But and it's different, you know. I mean, they tell you don't go into this thinking you're going to be their parent because you are an advocate and a liaison between them and their bio parents.
That's where I couldn't.
And so, but with my situation, she's been in foster care since she was 6, and her bio parents lost custody, and she's just been bounced. You know, she's been bouncing.
So does she like live with you and everything?
Yeah. I got her enrolled in school, and yeah. And you know, we don't know the future. She's 15, and that's which I requested a teenager. I wanted 15 and above because I just can't imagine being that age and not having a family.
Right.
And so she could be with me till she's 18, and you know, foster children get free college. I mean, they get a free ride, but only 12% of foster children even go to college.
Yeah.
Are you serious? They get a free ride?
Absolutely.
That's fantastic.
But because their life is so chaotic, the last thing they want to do is go get an education. They're just trying to survive.
Yeah, they're just trying to make it through.
And
So go ahead. Sorry.
Well, yeah, and so that's just kind of my goal is to, you know, be in a teen's life. I'm not really looking to be a mom, and but this one kind of turned out different because she doesn't have bio parents. Like she doesn't have anybody to go to. So I just gotta trust in the system. By system, I just mean the universe, not actually Tennessee.
God
childcare.
system.
Yeah. So
you can say God.
well, I mean, whatever. I don't know. I mean, I'm just letting it. I take it day by day, and you know, but she's been
She's
awesome.
a cool chick.
Yeah, she's cool. She's like my little buddy that I have to like reprimand sometimes.
Yeah, that's really cool that I have to reprimand sometimes.
Yeah.
and
So
like teach about life.
do you like have her until every time I try to explain this, it looks so bad on me. Do you own her until 18?
Yeah. Well,
she had to take off the bubble wrap, bro. Like she was delivered.
If I
off
want
the silk
to,
stuff.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
if I want to, she's actually because she's had some trauma situations, she's not up for adoption.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, pretty much.
So
if I wanted.
Once she turns 18, does she get to choose like, hey, I want to stay with you, or I'm going to go do my own thing?
Well, actually, when you're in the state, when you turn 15, you can decide, because she was actually adopted. They were working towards adopting her, and it was a great family. He was a lawyer, great home, and she decided that she didn't want to be adopted by them.
Nice.
So she said, so at 15.
That's pretty cool that they give them that autonomy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, because around that age, you're pretty self-aware.
Yeah.
You're self-aware enough to know, like, these people freak me out.
Especially women, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Women are at the age of 22 by, when they hit 15, and guys are like still 8.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
Then they just stay there,
Yes, till they're like 37.
22 and hormonal for the rest of their life.
Right.
So yeah, she like I said, her situation's a little bit different in that. And then she kind of bounced around a little bit. She's been to 17 different schools.
Damn.
Jesus.
It's like a military kid.
Mm-hmm. Well, I went to 13. So
You went to 13 schools
yeah,
before you
I went to
graduated high
13.
school?
Mm-hmm.
Were you a
Yeah,
foster
Deidre's got
child?
a checkered history.
I was not a foster child. I actually got kicked out of a few.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I was kind of a problem child. And then we had some zoning situations.
That I get in trouble or anything like happens to me, like if I lose a home or if I lose a job, I'm gonna be like, it was a zoning issue.
Yeah.
You know.
That's going to be my new go-to for issues.
Well, like,
so,
people are like,
Devin, why
what
are you
do
late to
mean?
work today? Oh, it's
This
zoning
is-
issue.
I mean,
it was
I'm
hell.
living in a zoning nightmare. But people just be like, what do you mean? Like, it's zoning. Just
You don't know
Yeah.
what zoning is? It's like,
Yeah.
just go look it up. Just go look it up.
Yeah.
Like, dude, your
Then-
armpits stink. Hey.
Then comes
I'm
the
in a
condescension.
zoning
I'm like,
zone.
you don't know what zoning is? Jeez.
Devin, why are you so angry? It's just the fucking zoning requirements around here. Just
Yeah. Yeah. If you only knew, bro. Fuck.
you don't even know the zoning requirements in my neighborhood right now.
Yeah.
You're like, what does
Devin,
this
you
have
might
to
be
do
too
with
young for
anything,
this,
Devin?
but do you remember the Emmett zone? The Emmett Smith zone?
Oh, yeah.
Pepsi did this huge thing like back in the 90s where if you like collected all these like Pepsi like the wrappers or whatever.
Was it the
from
wrapper?
bottle-
Was it the wrapper or was it the tops?
I didn't know
think it was
Pepsi. I didn't know Pepsi made candy bars.
right?
You got to
I
collect
know.
the fucking
You
wrappers.
didn't know Pepsi? It was in Willy Wonka. But but yeah, and you got to get in the Emmett zone, and Emmett would like come to your school or whatever, do like a workout with you. That was my first zoning situation that I was exposed to because I wanted to be in the Emmett zone.
You wanted to be in the Emmett zone, yeah.
Mhm.
What the fuck
I
is the
never-
M zone? I'm so confused
Oh,
right now.
Emmett
So
Smith.
Emmett
He
Smith
played
was a full or a tailback for the Dallas Cowboys. He was a
Gotcha,
total
okay.
badass.
Like,
he like
good guy. just
broke
good
records,
guy.
super good guy. And then if you like
No Pac-Man. Jones.
if you gave in all of these Pepsi wrappers or Pepsi tops, you could like come into the Emmett zone, and it was like a place
Hell
where you could
yeah.
like meet him or something like that.
Listen, if you're late for work, you could still use that to this day.
Sorry, I was just in the Emmett zone, bro.
Yeah. Listen, I was in the Emmett zone. I mean, some of my bail bond clients, when they don't go to court, they try to tell me that, and there's nothing I can say.
Yeah.
I say, all right, man.
Yeah, just like,
All right.
damn, really
to
got
court
me on
next
that
time.
one.
You
Really
got
me.
fucking got me.
I'm going to tell y'all a secret, so I won't be able to ever use this again. Everybody knows that I work on cars. Everybody knows that I'm like a shade tree mechanic and that I'm really good at fixing things and diagnosing things.
Blah,
And
blah,
if you
blah,
didn't
blah,
know,
blah.
Now you know.
Yeah,
Right.
so what?
That was a
don't-
good. That was a good little insert.
I'm just saying, like everybody in my life knows that's what I'm good
Everybody knows that I'm a fucking badass at things.
Yeah.
at.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, that's what I said. That's
That's pretty much. That is pretty much.
Yeah,
what
you're.
what
I
you
know.
said.
That's pretty much what I said. That's pretty much what I said. Yeah.
You
Thanks.
said,
Thanks.
Everyone knows that I can fix shit,
Yeah.
and that I'm good at it.
Thanks, Deidre.
God, that was a weird laugh that I just did.
yeah.
That was like a force,
So
like
Like
it
I
just
want to call
forced out of
somebody
my
right
body.
now and ask them if they know,
They'll know.
Adam
they'll know.
Sanderson.
All
They'll
right,
know.
Continue
So-
fucking bloating yourself, bro.
I'm not.
He's so bloated right
bloating
now.
myself.
Bloating
Yeah,
yourself.
So anyway, I always use the excuse at work. Anytime that I'm running late, or anytime that I'm potentially going to be late, I would always say, like, I'm so sorry, my mom's car broke down, and I had to go like help my mom. And they're always like, oh, it's okay. Is she okay? Is everything okay? I'm like, she's fine. She's fine. She's just a little scared. She broke down. Like, had to go and like help her get her car fixed. You know, it was simple. Like, she had a hose that popped, and I just had to, and they're always like, oh God, you're so sweet. You're so good to your mom. Like, I used to use that excuse all the time.
Is this like in 3rd grade?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it was in 3rd grade.
The 3rd time you used it that week, they finally caught on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My call outs are, would be,
On your period.
yeah, when I'm on my period.
In the Emma zone. And fix
Yeah.
someone's car.
Yeah, that's
No,
a
they're-
great one
Done.
right there. Yeah, I need some time off. Why? I've just got to go to the Emmett zone.
I'm in the motherfucking Emmett zone, bro. No, they're
No.
not. They're not. You can't track them. They just happen. What am I trying to say? Like, they happen.
We get it. You can fix shit.
Yeah, they're not on a. They're
Right?
not. Yeah,
You just-
they're not. They're
we
not on a
fucking
pattern.
Get it, bro. You fix shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
At
You're
Home Depot,
awesome at
every
fixing
time
I really
was
wish
late-
the other girl would have come on instead. The
Yeah.
second choice is bothering me.
The second choice. Anyway, every time I used to
That'll
be
be the name of the episode. The second
God
choice.
damn it! Stop interrupting me.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Finish.
Every time I used to be late at Home Depot, I used to use the excuse I was cutting overtime.
Ah.
Yeah, it would like the schedule resets on Mondays, so I'd come in late on Mondays. It's like, Devin, why you late? Cutting overtime.
Cutting
It's like
overtime.
overtime just reset. You can't use that.
Nice.
My maintenance supervisor uses that. Oh, I just don't want to get over 80 hours, and I got some. It's like, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. You still come in at at your time, and then we figure out
How much we need to
hours.
cut,
Yeah.
and you cut it at the end.
Yeah.
You never cut in the beginning until I tell you to cut. Man, yeah, I had a buddy of mine that I work with that came to me a few days ago, and he's like one of our best employees, and he's to say that he's one of our best employees would be an understatement. He's our best employee that I have, and because he's just really good at the job, and we're in a position where we need all of our best employees tuned in and like all hands on deck. And he was like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and take tomorrow off because I'm off for the next 10 days anyway, and there's no sense in me being here. And I was just like, no, like, you
Who
can't
the
have
fuck
off.
do you think you are, Adam Sanderson?
Yeah, and he was like, but it does. He started selling me like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't need to be here, man. Like, and he started trying to sell it to me, and I just let him do his entire sales spiel to me. And I was like, that was impressive. I'll see you tomorrow at work because you are one of our best employees, and we're in a crisis here, and we're not doing well, and I need my best people here. So see
What
you
if
tomorrow.
he would have used the excuse that he was in the Emmett zone?
That's a good question.
I would have handled that differently, Adam.
Well, of course you would, because you're always a better manager than everyone you come in contact with.
Devin, did you get that by my comment?
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, I did.
said I would just handle it differently.
Yeah, and you was like, I would handle that differently. And he was like, yeah, because you handle things so much better. I fix shit, remember?
Yeah. I'm just saying, if I have a valuable employee, my first question would be like, why do you need tomorrow off? Let's discuss that.
He already told me why he needed tomorrow off, so I didn't need to ask him that question. Go ahead, finish.
God.
Defensive.
I know. I get Adam. You can come fix my stove.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I don't want to fix your stove.
I'm just saying, like sometimes my guys are like that. Like they don't plan ahead. I mean, it is a 30-day notice, but they don't. For instance, one of them did it today. He wanted to take his boyfriend to the dentist. They do dentist together. It's a thing now.
They do dentist together.
Yeah, it's
Date night.
It's what you do. It's like date afternoon at the dentist getting a root canal. And I know that that's important to him, and I want him to have that life-work balance. Now, were there things today that needed to get done? Yeah, but you have to choose your battles.
Damn.
And I wanted him to feel like a valued employee, and also that I will stand behind him in any decision, whether it's uniting with his significant other.
You
What a
literally
fucking
did
good
not hear
manager.
a single thing that I said.
What a fucking good manager.
On Friday starts
Devin.
10 days of vacation, okay? on Friday, which is tomorrow, starts 10 days of vacation. So he asked for Thursday off. And he came to me and he said, hey, I feel like I should be off tomorrow because there's no sense in me being here. And if I come in, it's just going to be this, it's going to be that. And I really feel like that I should just be off tomorrow, and I would really like to not be here tomorrow. He didn't have some big deal. He was trying to sell me on how he could get one more day of no work. And I told him
like
how much value
employee.
that we have in him. I was like, hey, man, you're one of our best employees. I really need you here. We would really appreciate you being here, so on and so forth. And then he started in again on me. This isn't the sweet, lovable gay guy that needs to take his partner with bad teeth to the dentist, and he just forgot to schedule it. Anyway, what were you saying, Devin?
I mean, you got maybe like 4 seconds into your story, and I just stopped listening because I was just thinking of how fucking good Deidre is at managing people, and how I would love to be employed by Deidre because she's such a good leader and manager.
I know. Working for me must be
Devin.
awful.
Oh, absolutely. I can imagine it. I can imagine you cutting me off and saying no. Like, you know how Adam says no?
Yeah.
It's like
no.
It's like when you're at a red light and you're like pumping the brakes, and everybody in the car is like going back and forth. Like, that's how Adam says no.
It is?
And you're like nauseous. Yes.
Adam says no like he can fix shit real good.
Yes.
So this is what Deidre does when she says no. She'll be like, well, let me tell you why I think that your decision might not be in line with what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and say no, but I'm going to explain it to you and tell you why that you need to understand why I'm saying no. It's this really big, like, drawn out, like.
But what's the end result, Adam?
That you still say no, just like I do.
And that me and the person I'm saying no to are on the same page, and they fucking feel good about me saying no.
They don't need to feel good about you saying no. They come in and
how
clock
My
in.
employees always need
They
to feel
clock
good.
in every day, and you pay them money. If you say no, they don't have to feel good about it. They just need to understand they've got damn good
we're just
jobs.
different managers.
Deidre's just a people person,
I am.
People
I am
manager.
a people person.
She treats people like people, not workers.
Adam manages tools at Home Depot, and you know what? They can handle the nose, the abrupt nose.
Yes, I'm going to be honest with you though. Your explanation of how I say no and how like people's heads are bobbing back and forth and it makes them nauseous. That was pretty accurate.
Have you ever noticed how he says no? It's like it's this like I can feel it down my spine.
Yeah,
you can. So mimic it.
It's like you okay? Ask me something.
Hey, Deidre.
No. No.
Yeah, I kind of feel it. So
no.
Ask me something. I'll imitate it.
Hey, Devin, you want to record tomorrow?
No.
Yeah.
That's
yes.
it. Like he says no, like he's offended by your question and why he should even be saying no to it.
But with like a little bit of Scooby Doo in it.
No.
Like, no.
No.
Yeah. But like
yes,
not
he
short
has
Scooby that's like stoned
goes,
and like
no.
Yeah, like do you mean it, Scooby?
Yeah.
It's like it's like Scooby's
Wait, how should I
A-type
say?
Personality brother.
How should I say? But should I be like no?
No, you should listen to the employee, and then if there is a no, just discuss the other option. Like if I were going to say no to my guy today about going to the dentist, okay, if the answer was going to be no, I would maybe work around that no and say, hey, this is what we've got going on today. What about if I let you off an hour early? You can, be with him when he gets home and he's recovering from his root canal or something.
That's how you handle people right
Listen.
there, Adam.
She has the luxury of that. I don't.
Yes, you do, Adam.
No.
She's bringing meaning to the pants that I'm wearing right now as far as America goes.
No.
She's America
Exactly. See,
in management form.
you do it in conversation, Adam. You're doing it right now.
You're condescending people, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a wake-up call for you?
Slightly.
Do we need to bring Vanderkamp in from intervention?
Yeah, you should. You should. Maybe I'm addicted to saying no.
Maybe.
I think you're addicted to trying to manage.
Addicted to trying to manage? I think you might want to hold a mirror up.
Oof.
Listen, I would love to play in the back seat.
Think you might want to hold a mirror
hand
up.
over the manager baton. Leadership is one of the hardest things.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yes.
Exactly.
And I would, very often do I think, man.
Would you classify yourself as a servant leader?
A servant leader?
Yeah, servant
What do you
leader.
mean by that?
Servant leadership.
Explain it.
Can you get off your phone during your podcast and
Well, one of my friends just called me, and I'm going to let him know that I'm recording and I'm getting beaten up right now, and
I
he'll
think your
appreciate it.
friend is okay with you just not responding.
Right.
Servant leadership is a leader that leads from the back, or at least tries to lead from the back. A servant
reach
leader
around
is
when it comes to
somebody
leadership
that
with me.
will get down in the trenches and actually go through with everything and show everybody how he wants it done or how she wants it done. A manager or somebody that doesn't understand servant leadership will always stand up and be kind of barking at employees and saying, like, just do it this way, and there won't be a lot of example. They don't understand how to lead by example. They just understand how to move pieces around a board.
Deidre's
it's
whatever
more
kind
than
of
that.
leader her people needs her to be.
Yeah. I am a lead by an example.
You are?
Lead by the example. Lead by example?
Yeah, lead by servant leadership.
Yeah.
I like how when I said servant leadership, you didn't even know what it was.
See, that's the kind of leadership right there. Whereas you should just lead me to the definition and lead me to understanding.
Yeah.
You're going to call out the fact that I don't know what
Right.
that was.
You always have
and
to
that
point
is
out.
that's a prime example of poor leadership.
Adam,
Nice.
you always have to point out what they did wrong before you commend what they did right. Deidre just points out, what they did right. Sometimes she explains like how they could have done things differently, not necessarily, like they did it bad. She just explains like, hey, you could have gone this route. I've gone this route before, and it worked out a lot better for me. So I think you should try that next time. But it's totally up to you. She gives them that choice where you give them just one lane to drive in.
Have you ever heard of the psychological shit sandwich? The psychological shit sandwich?
Is that your last name?
Yeah. It's where
I
you
think I saw
tell,
one of those in your fridge.
like you tell someone, like, you've done a
kinda
pretty
looked
good
like the
job.
Unwitch from Jimmy
You tell them
John's.
what they've done wrong, and then you tell them, something else good about themselves. It's a shit sandwich.
It's also called the Twin Towers.
It is.
You build it up real high to crush them down.
Crash them down. Think so?
Damn.
Too soon.
As I'm wearing my America pants.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah.
That came full circle. Yeah.
You
What
think?
did you eat for dinner, Devin?
What did I eat for dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I had a bald eagle sit on my shoulder. I
Yeah.
fucking
Did you eat some like raw fish?
yeah. I just bit into a huge ass fucking salmon that was laying on the table. Stone
You ever
Cold
seen a bald eagle in person?
Yes, Stone Cold Steve Austin jumped over my backyard fence and threw me a fucking
Yes.
natty light, and I just fucking chugged it right there in front of him, and he goes, "Good job, brother," and just leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
so it
job,
was a
brother.
pretty nice dinner.
Yeah.
Awesome.
She kept offering me food, but I didn't want any. She being Deidre.
That's a
I
cool
wanna
story,
come
bro.
Empty-handed.
She did. She asked me before she got here if I wanted anything, and then chided me because I didn't want any food.
Here's the thing. I'm going to be real honest. So I like to get food for others so that I can have a bite of it because I don't want the full thing.
That makes sense.
Like I knew, like tonight, like I knew that I wanted that salad, but I got you a pizza because I wanted a slice of pizza, but I didn't want a whole pizza.
You bought that pizza for me?
Yeah, I brought you the pizza.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that was just for you and Taylor.
No, she had her own pizza.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's what good leaders do.
Yep.
You're such a douchebag. You and I are going to have a nice long conversation after this
Is he
podcast.
wrapped up and about to be thrown into the night?
He's gonna be like, "Dude, what the fuck? You're always on my side in these previous podcasts. Why
I
are you
know.
on her side all of a sudden?"
Yeah. What
So
changed? I
you
don't
were
like
saying
it.
that you lie, what you used to lie about being late, like you had to fix your mom's stuff. Is that an okay lie?
It's a pretty damn good lie.
That
But
is.
it's okay to lie about that?
Would that be a white lie?
That's a white lie. Well, no, a white lie is just a simple little fabrication to ease over a certain event. Just lying
Is that what you
outright
did?
when. No, just lying outright when you're late or lying because you're too afraid of the consequences. Someone that comes in and says, "Hey, do I look good in this dress? And you've seen them in better dresses. And you say, yeah, you look pretty good. I like it. That's a white lie because they don't look good in it. But, I mean, if you're, like, late to work.
So you just completely lied to him. Because they
That's
don't
a white
look good in it.
That's a white lie.
I don't think that's a white lie, bro. That's just
think
flat
that's
out lying.
At that point in time, that person didn't
Here's
need
the
to
thing.
hear that they didn't look good in that dress. So a white lie is you saying, yeah, you look fine. That's a white lie.
According to the hopeline.com, there are 8 types of lies that people tell.
Ooh, a white lie is when someone probably needs to hear the truth and you just go ahead and tell it to them. I mean,
agree.
you disagree?
A
What are
white
the 8
lie
types?
is
Talking to your microphone.
claiming to be tactful or polite. So a white lie is telling a small lie in order to not hurt that person's feelings.
Exactly. That's what I just
Okay,
said.
Yeah, that is what you said.
But you were kind of mean about it, so.
Yes, I would have done that.
Such a douchebag.
And then there's broken promises. It's a failure to keep one's spoken commitment or promise. So
Okay.
basically, you go run your fucking mouth. Have you ever told one of those, Adam?
Oh, I'm sure.
Because I know you have.
Yeah.
I have not.
Because Deidre's God.
Yeah,
The lie
35
of
years,
fabrication is telling others something you don't know for sure is true. I do that.
I do
That's
that.
probably my most used lie right there. Abso-fucking-lutely.
What?
It's like, huh?
What was that last one?
It's a lie of fabrication. It's telling others.
Fabrication.
Yes, telling others something you don't know for sure is true. I do that all the fucking time.
Well, I mean, we've literally built an entire podcast based on fabrication.
Basically, we should change the name to fucking the fabrication lie or
Yeah.
something. I do that shit all the time to Anna. Oh shit, I shouldn't say that right now because she listens.
About
No,
what?
you should not. She's going to listen.
Like, are you talking like just like facts that support what point you're trying to get across?
I'm talking like sometimes she's like, "Oh, like you really know how to do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know how to fix our AC." No, I don't. Then there's the boldfaced lie, telling something that everyone knows is a lie. I do that just to get a laugh out of people.
That's like the Dr. Phil lie.
That's like Trump. Dr. Phil.
A lot of his guests that he'll have are
They're
bold-faced
bold-faced liars.
liars,
Yeah, okay.
That's never mind. I'm not gonna rag on you anymore, Adam. I stopped myself. You should be appreciative.
Look at that self-control.
That's
Such a
grade A self-control.
Double D discipline, Devin.
Double D. Lying and exaggeration. It's enhancing a truth by adding lies to it. I do that sometimes.
We all do that.
Yeah. It's good stories often have exaggerated lies.
Yeah.
Lies of deception try to create an impression that causes others to be misled.
Ooh, is that the one that I do when I say her teachers call me every 2 weeks?
Yes.
But I think that is
That's deception.
But I think it's a good lie.
No, it is. So, I mean, then it would probably go over into white lie. Keep going.
Then there's plagiarism, which everybody knows what the fuck.
Yeah.
Wikipedia. And then there's compulsive lying.
Well, that's not a type of lying. I mean, compulsive lying is taking any of the other lies and just doing it
Listen, bro,
compulsively.
I'm just reading the hopeline.com, okay?
I mean, Hope line. How precious.
I know.
right?
I know.
That's
Could we
like, if
call
Deidre
in?
had a website, I think it would be called, like, the Deidre Hope Line.
The Deidre
Yeah.
Hope line, yes.
How to manage
Mm-hmm.
How to manage
correctly
the right way.
the right way.
Hey, listen, I'm putting the der in leadership.
Oh, my God.
I'm just saying.
I can't even be mad at you because that was kind of good.
Yeah.
No.
Deidre
Look, he
is
can't
like,
even give credit. It's so hard for Adam to give me credit on
It is.
anything.
It's so
That's
hard
not
for
true.
Adam
you,
to
if
applaud
I
people.
was, I won't say, but if I were other women in Adam's life, he would be laying out the credit, and I would have to like push the credit away.
But you're not other women in my life. You're Deidre.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
just-
obviously you're going to be treated differently and talked to differently. And I mean, the time that I spend with you is gonna look and taste different. Do you want to be other women in my life, or would you rather just be Deidre?
sometimes I don't think Adam gets it.
do you
Maybe
even
that-
get life?
Maybe it's because his name doesn't begin with a D.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's true. You got double D's right here on the podcast.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
First time, only time.
No. We'll probably invite you back if you
Maybe.
want to.
Definitely.
Would you ever want to come back?
Start giving me credit.
For credit for what? That lame
Have we
joke?
started the podcast?
What have we been doing for the past hour?
Yeah. Podcasting.
Oh, shit. We forgot to hit record.
Whoops. I told you. All those topics, you don't need them.
It just
good at
flows.
this.
I do want to talk about the Amazon drivers
We're
compared to the UPS
pros,
and
bro.
FedEx.
You can do it next time.
On Open Box Policy, this is Devin.
This is Adam.
And Deidre.
Yay!